killing things is dramatic. And I thought of this months ago. I've been before you for probably hours of time. I have sat in this room more than I sat in my entire life. Okay, waiting for this opportunity. When you're driving down the road and you see a turtle that's on the edge, and you're like, what do? You all pull over as fast as you can, and I have stopped traffic. Stop. Run out and get the turtle. Ask yourself right now, why do you do that? You do that, I do that, because if I come back down that road the other way and I didn't do that and that turtle is flattened on the road, I'm going to feel just like I feel right now.
I grew up spending a lot of time on my grandparents' pig farm. I used to think that there was such thing as humane slaughter. When I studied animal science at UF, we were told that animals really didn't know what was happening to them and slaughter was quick and painless. Then one day I watched the documentary called Earthlings. Sure, I knew how animals were slaughtered. I have a freaking degree in it. But this was different. I watched as a butcher in a small slaughterhouse stunned a cow. He hung her up by a back leg. He stuck her neck with a sharp knife while holding a bucket under her so he could catch the gallons of blood coming out of her carotid artery. I quickly realized that she was awake, struggling to breathe, grasping for air, blinking, and fully aware of what was happening. She struggled and fought for her life. I felt so sick to my stomach that I literally cleared all of the meat out of my fridge and went vegan, and that was 14 years ago.
We as a society need to be moving away from red meat. It's bad for the workers. There is a high turnover. I'm from Iowa. There's a high turnover. It's not, they're always looking at ways to keep people more sane when they work at slaughterhouses. It's not healthy to go in and kill something every day.
I lived very close to a slaughterhouse up in Michigan, and there were times when my family could not even be outside because of the smell.
I'm also appalled that this is going to be built near the elementary school. I think that's pretty crazy. Nowhere else would ever consider doing anything like that. And I know some of the view is that you think that this is going to be better than a larger scale slaughterhouse. I just think it's just bringing a smaller version into our community.
Animals may not be as smart as us, but they do have a nervous system, and they are terrified. They sense death and they smell death and they cannot escape it.
Animals are led up a curved corral so they can't see what's happening to the animals in front of them. A man stands in a booth with a captive bolt device. It's hooked up to an air compressor, 120 to 150 psi. A 3-inch steel bolt goes into the forehead of the animal. It doesn't always work because the animal's squirming and he knows what's going to happen. Anyway, then the animal falls down. There's a conveyor belt overhead. A shackle is attached to the hind leg of each animal. It's hoisted up to the ceiling. Then another man with another air compressor-driven tool. It's like the jaws of life, but it chops instantly. He goes up, press. He chops off all the legs on the cow. Mind you, some of these animals are still conscious.
You up there approach this as if a person has to have meat in order to live. If they don't have meat, they'll be healthier. But even if most people are going to continue to eat meat, I know that. I've been vegan for 50 years. I've been doing this stuff for a long time.
A few times Chair Prezia has said that she knows we need to all eat less meat, but that this is needed since people will continue to eat it. So if the government knows smoking is bad for us, is the correct solution to encourage people to reduce their nicotine consumption? Or, since people are going to smoke anyway, throw our hands up and open a government-funded vape shop at the cost of millions of dollars?
Let's make better and healthier choices with our money. We've been down this road before. The tobacco industry knew the dangers and lied to us to maintain their profits. Big Oil knew the effects of fossil fuels and lied. Big Pharma knew about the addictive nature of opioids and lied. Now it's Big Ag's turn. They'll muddy up the waters and create doubt, just like the other industries did. They'll pay off hand-picked researchers for some pseudoscience. They'll come up with misleading concepts like regenerative agriculture to make us feel better about eating meat.
Feeding cows for meat requires great inputs of water, feed, and fertilizer. When incredible amounts of crushed animal body parts from slaughter are thrown into a water treatment plant, this is polluting, wasteful, disgusting, and regressive, not sustainable. Do not use my taxpayer money for this slaughterhouse.
They approach the kill box and it gets louder and scarier. They cannot escape. This happens at every slaughterhouse, small or big. So humane means absolutely nothing to the poor animal that will be violently killed so that someone can eat his or her body to satisfy someone's palate.
As if there weren't already enough red flags, Alachua County is home to a large religious community who has one of their most sacred beliefs is to not kill animals. Yet you want to take their tax dollars and force them to participate in something that they are against at their very core.
That clip art is a disgrace. These are animals. They are living things like the turtle on the road. You do not use not even elementary, children book clip art. That is insulting. That is not an animal. That is not what we're talking about killing here. That is a smokescreen for what is really going on. You guys should be showing a film of everything that some of these people have described. The animal getting hit in the head, the falling down, the panic, the freaking bleed out, the blood funnel. You should be showing a video of that. You need to show this process, and you need to own it.
You know, Einstein referred to the intuitive heart as a sacred gift that we're given that helps guide us home.
I do not want to be a part of a community that supports the carnage of animal slaughter. There's just human karma needs to come up, or do we deserve to even be on this planet?
And we, as the members of the community, want to support you and do what you know is right, what brings us together, what helps us, what allows us to be our full love and light people as was given by our parents. Our eternal, infinite parents want us to come home to the truth. They want us to love each other and be there for each other. And I know you guys are almost there. I'm going to keep cheering until you get there. God love us all. Thank you.
All right. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign?
Nay.
Aye. Because it's the like.
Aye.
Right.
Like sign. Sorry.
All right. Thank you. Motion passes 3-2.